Narrated by Abdurrahman bin Auf. I had an agreement with Umayyah bin Khalaf, that he would look after my relatives and property in Mecca, and I would look after his relatives and property in Medina. Abdurrahman then mentioned the killing of Umayyah and his son on the day of Badr, and Bilal said, "Woe to me if Umayyah remains safe," means alive. Narrated Abdullah. The Prophet peace be upon him recited Surat an-Najm and then prostrated himself, and all who were with him prostrate too. But an old man took a handful of dust and touched his forehead with it, saying, "This is sufficient for me." Later on I saw him killed as an infidel. Narrated by Urwa, the son of Az-Zubair. Az-Zubair had 3 scars caused by the sword, one of which was over his shoulder and I used to insert my fingers in it. He received 2 of those wounds on the day of Badr and 1 on the day of Al-Yarmouk. When Abdullah bin Zubair was killed, Abdul Malik bin Marwan said to me, "O Urwa, do you recognize the sword of Az-Zubair?" I said, "Yes." He said, "What marks does it have?" I replied, "It has a dent in its sharp edge which was caused in it on the day of Badr." Abdul Malik said, "You are right. Their swords have dents because of clashing with the regiments of the enemies." Then Abdul Malik returned that sword to me, means Urwa. Hisham, Urwa's son, said, "We estimated the price of the sword as 3,000 dinars, and after that it was taken by one of us, means the inheritors, and I wish I could have had it." Narrated by Hisham. That his father said, "The sword of Az-Zubair was decorated with silver." Hisham added, "The sword of Urwa was also decorated with silver." Narrated by Urwa. On the day of the Battle of Al-Yarmouk, the companions of Allah's Messenger peace be upon him said to Az-Zubair, "Will you attack the enemy so that we shall attack them with you?" Az-Zubair replied, "If I attack them, you people would not support me." They said, "No, we will support you." So Az-Zubair attacked them, means Byzantine, and pierced through their lines, and went beyond them, and none of his companions was with him. Then he returned and the enemy got hold of the bridle of his horse, and struck him 2 blows with the sword on his shoulder. Between these 2 wounds there was a scar caused by a blow he had received on the day of Badr battle. When I was a child I used to play with those scars by putting my fingers in them. On that day my brother Abdullah bin Az-Zubair was also with him and he was 10 years old. Az-Zubair had carried him on a horse and led him to the care of some men.